बल्ल भयो
बल्ल भयो कहाँ हुन्छ यस्तो? Now this is recorded. Hello.
बल्ल रेकर्ड भयो सर
Okay. Now chapter 5, hydrograph analysis. First of all, you should know what is hydrograph. Okay. Hydrograph is the plot of the runoff discharge of a stream or river, and the corresponding time duration, that is discharge of flow, is plotted in y-axis, and the corresponding time in the x-axis. That is, hydrograph determines the peak flood magnitude for the design of hydraulic structures, that is dam, spillway, bridge, culverts, etc. This is the technique. Hydrograph is the figure, that is this curve figure. This is the curve figure. After plotting the values of the discharge and the corresponding time, that is time of rainfall after the rainfall, and the discharge in the outlet of the river is measured, and that discharge with respect to time is plotted as discharge in the abscissa in the ordinate direction and the time in the abscissa. You will get the this type of the curve. Okay, this type of curve is called the flood hydrograph. This type of the curve is called flood hydrograph. No, now from this hydrograph, if you deduct the contribution of the subsurface flow, the flood discharge that is in the river is measured. That flood discharge contains the contribution of the surface flow as well as the subsurface flow. Okay, if you subtract the contribution of the subsurface flow or delay flow, that is called the base flow. Then the hydrograph that is obtained is called the direct runoff hydrograph. This is the figure. The point from the point this the dot point to the another dot point, and that is there is the dotted line here. This dotted line, above this dotted line, and the curve of this bell-shaped curve is here. Above this dotted line, this bell-shaped curve is here. This curve is the direct runoff hydrograph. Okay, from the flood hydrograph, if you subtract the base flow contribution, then the hydrograph above the line, dotted line, that is the base flow, is called the direct runoff hydrograph. If this base flow is not separated, then this hydrograph will be the figure of this curve will be the greater figure, and that will be the flood hydrograph. If this hydrograph, if from the flood hydrograph, if you deduct the ordinate of the base flow contribution, then the hydrograph will be of this bell shape. This is called the direct runoff hydrograph. Direct runoff hydrograph is nothing. It is the discharge of the flow. That is the product of the surface runoff only, not subsurface runoff. Okay, this is the direct runoff, which is also called direct runoff. Ordinate or the DRO, DRS or SRO. Sometimes it is also called surface runoff, or it is also called direct runoff, or the hydrograph is called DRS, direct runoff hydrograph, or SRS, surface runoff hydrograph. Okay, this is the hydrograph. In the hydrograph, if you consider this hydrograph only the DRS, then from the initial point of this starting point of the hydrograph curve rises to the crest point. Okay, the initially during the rainfall, a little amount of water will flow towards the river. Okay, because all the areas water do not reach the river, so that after reaching all the water from the remote part of the catchment area also provides contribution of water into the river, so that the volume of water from all the area will collect collect into the river, and the river flow will be rises. Okay, and the discharge of the river will be rises as the all the water that is being reached to the river at the same time, then the flow of water will ultimately helps to increase the flow discharge, and that is the according to this the discharge will be at the crest level at the peak discharge. Okay, peak discharge. And when the rainfall is stopped, whenever the rainfall is stopped, then the reaching of water toward the river will also decreasing accordingly. So that the after reaching the peak of the flood discharge, and after the slowing of the rainfall, then the contribution of water that is reaching to the river will become less, and the discharge will be fall, and this hydrograph curve will be falling downward like this. Okay, initially the discharge is from the all the part of the nearby flow will reach the stream, and the discharge in the flow will be rise up so slowly. When the farther point from the farthest land, the water that is reaching from the farthest land is gives the contribution into the river, then the discharge of the flow river rises quickly. Okay, and it attains the peak value of discharge. And after the stopping of the rainfall, and the contribution of the water reaching into the river will be slow down, and the discharge will be ultimately reduced, and the discharge is reduced to the same value of up to the point of this inflection point of the this is the falling limb. Okay, and below this contribution, this is considered as the base flow. This is below this inflection point of the falling limb. Below this inflection point of the falling limb, the contribution of water that is flowing into the river is due to the subsurface runoff or delay flow. Subsurface runoff or delay flow. Only the contribution of flow discharge above the subsurface runoff, that is due to the surface flow, that is called the direct runoff. Okay, that is called the direct runoff. So the hydrograph contains the this is the recession. First of all, the recession limb, and after getting the water, the this hydrograph curve will be rises. This is called the rising limb. Okay, and at the point of the maximum point of the discharge that is obtained in the hydrograph is in the crest segment portion of the hydrograph. After the stopping of the rainfall, then the hydrograph contribution will be the water that is entering into the river will be low, and hence the discharge of the flow in the river also low, and the hydrograph the discharge will decrease up to the point of inflection. And this curve is this is the falling limb, and this is the rising limb. Okay, and these are the point, and the maximum discharge containing part is the crest segment, rising limb, crest segment, and the falling limb. Okay, now this is the unit. This is the hydrograph. Hydrograph is the flood hydrograph or the hydrograph of the river. After subtracting the contribution of base flow, the hydrograph will be direct runoff hydrograph. Okay. Now what are the components of the hydrograph? You can see here that rising limb. The rising limb is the ascending portion of the hydrograph corresponding to the increase of discharge due to the gradual accumulation of storage in the channel existing in the area, and also over the watershed surface. The rising limb is also known as the concentration curve. Rising limb is also called the concentration curve. And the peak or the crest. This is the crest segment. The peak discharge is here. The peak or the crest segment includes the part of the hydrograph from the inflection point of the rising limb to an inflection point on the recession limb. Okay. The peak segment is the most important part of the hydrograph because it indicates the peak flow rate. The peak represents the arrival of the flow at the outlet from all the parts. The peak discharge represents the arrival of the flow at the outlet of the river from all the part of the catchment. Due to the contribution of flow that is coming from the all the part of the catchment area, and that ultimately increases the flow discharge in the river. Okay, that's why the river has the peak flow in the crest segment. Now the recession limb or falling limb. This is the after the inflection point. There is no inflow in the stream. After the recession point, there is no inflow to the stream due to the surface runoff. Due to the surface runoff, only the inflow of water into the river will due to the base flow contribution or delay flow contribution. Okay, delay flow contribution. The recession limb extended from the inflection point to the point of the recommence of the natural base flow or groundwater flow. The recession limb represents the withdrawal of water from the storage already. Okay, this is the recession limb represents the withdrawal of water from the storage already built up in the catchment during the earlier phase of the hydrograph when surface runoff was occurring. After the finishing of the surface runoff, that is surface flow that is flown from the surface towards the river, then the river water will decrease up to the recession point, inflection point of the falling limb. Okay, this is the falling limb. Now the time to peak. This is the time to peak. This is the peak discharge is here, and the time to peak is the starting of the rising limb to the time of peak is called the time to peak. Okay. Now this is the it is the time to peak discharge from the starting point of the hydrograph. This is the time of peak discharge from the starting point of the hydrograph. This is the initial point of the rising range of the hydrograph. This time is called the time to peak. Okay. Now the time lag. It is the time interval from the center of the mass of the rainfall to the center of the mass of the hydrograph. If you consider there is the net rainfall, that is the volume of that net rainfall provides the volume of direct runoff, and this is the hydrograph here. The rainfall intensity of 1 by d, the rainfall intensity of 1 by d, that will produce this type of hydrograph here. Okay. This is the net rainfall, which is given as the rectangular part here. This is the hydrograph of the rainfall generally. Okay. Now from this hydrograph, from the center point of this hydrograph to the center of the mass of the hydrograph, center of the mass of the hydrograph is called the time lag. Okay. This is the it is the time interval from the center of the mass of the rainfall. Center of the mass of the rainfall is the center of the hydrograph. Center of the hydrograph to the center of this CG of this hydrograph curve. Center of gravity of this hydrograph curve, that is called the time lag. Okay, time lag. And the base time is nothing. It is the time between time of the hydrograph from rising starting of the rising limb up to the downward inflection point of the falling limb. Okay, from the starting point of the rising limb to the ending point of the falling limb, that is the inflection point. After this, the river does not get water from the surface runoff. Okay, this up to this point, if time interval from the starting point of the hydrograph rising limb to the end point of the point of inflection, that is the surface runoff is not flowing into the river, that time duration, base time duration is the time base. That is the time of the it is the time of the base time of the direct runoff hydrograph is called the time base. Okay, that is base time or time base. It is the total time of direct runoff hydrograph from the starting point of the rising limb to the end of the recession limb. That is, it is the duration of direct runoff hydrograph after deducting the base flow from the flood hydrograph. Now the time of concentration. Time of concentration is nothing. Time of concentration is the total time. Total time that is taken from for flowing water from the farthest point of the catchment to the river outlet or inlet. That is called the time of concentration. That is the the maximum time required to travel from the farthest point of the area, water to travel from the farthest point of the area to that point which is considered for the measurement of the discharge site. That is the water, that is the time elapsed by the water to reach the river section from the farthest point of the catchment is called the time of concentration. Okay, time of concentration is nothing. It is the total time required to flow or travel water from the most remote or farthest point of the catchment to its outlet. Okay, to its outlet means catchment outlets means rivers inlet. Okay, now where we measure the discharge, that is the inlet point of the river. So where we the last point from the catchment area to flow water into the river is called the outlet. So the water that is the water that is traveling river near the river side has the less time of concentration, whereas the water that is flowing from the remote part of the catchment area that is travel to provide discharge into the inlet of the river, that is the outlet of the catchment, will be high, because the water from the remote area has to flow from the remote from the longer distance to travel it to enter into the river. Okay, this is the total time elapsed by the uh, um, farthest from the farthest point of the catchment, the water that travel from the farthest point of the catchment to reach the inlet of the river. That is the time of concentration. Okay, the time required to flow water from the nearer part of the catchment to the river is small, whereas from the farthest location the water has to travel and it will enter into the river. That time from the flowing from the farthest point to meet the river at that location, the total time elapsed by water is called the time of concentration. Okay, now separation of base flow, I have already told you that the flood hydrograph, from the flood hydrograph, if you deduct the base flow contribution, that is the discharge flow due to the subsurface flow or the delay flow, that is the flow which does not provide the quick response of water to flow from the surface to the river. The flow that is flown from the surface of the land towards the river is very quick in comparison to the base flow, that is the subsurface flow will take lots of time to reach the river. Okay, subsurface flow means the underground flow of the shipping. After shipping water, the water should flow horizontally to connect to the river. That will take so much time, and that is called the delay flow or base flow. The direct run of ordinate is the contribution of the surface flow, not subsurface flow or delay flow. Okay, so the contribution of water and the contribution of the flood water due to the subsurface flow is called the base flow. Okay, after subtracting the हेलो यता अब लाइन गयो है, लाइन गरेर यहाँ डिस्टर्ब गर्यो अहिले। लाइन गयो हुनाले चाहिँ मैले यहाँ गर्न सकिनँ। लेट अस स्टार्ट अफ अगेन।